Jesus kills a Nazi. No, I'm just kidding.
And all of a sudden, you fall down dead. Oh man, this is why we can't have nice things. I'm telling you.
All right. Bump Hunters episode. What number are we on?
Episode 2 of Bump Hunters. Yes, I like how it says starting soon, even though I told it to go.
Actually, I'm changing the hashtag. It's Bumps Hunters because it's plural now since you got 2 of them.
Well, I don't know what's happening here. I don't know if it's actually going. Is it going, or is YouTube
Let me hit refresh.
bump hunting us? It still says starting soon, but it already says I'm 34 seconds into the stream.
Maybe it's just a little delayed.
But it's supposed to go like right when I hit it.
Oh, is it really? Well, it says it says starting soon.
Oh, an ad is playing. That might help. I don't know. Listen to him type, guys.
I said we're streaming, just waiting for YouTube to get with the program.
That's an ugly face, huh?
What? Yeah, it is. Don't do that, dude. You're gonna break the computer.
Your screen's gonna crack. Oh, hey, look, we're actually.
Hey, we got ads! Yay!
Yay! I'm making money. I'm making money. I don't pay you for this, so I'm making money. I'm making money.
I know, Jay. You don't even pay me for this. I feel so used.
My friendship is enough payment.
It's true. This is true.
The advice that I give you at 2 a.m. when I'm telling you, for the love of God, go to bed.
Yeah.
That's my payment to you. That's how I show my love. What just went bloop? Why do people? Jesus, what? I need to turn off that. Anyway, we're just go ahead and roll the intro.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know, we're almost wearing the exact shirts that we did in our little pictures down there. I'm actually wearing the shirt that was in our bobblehead picture underneath us. And if you were wearing what shirt is that in your
It's a murdered deer.
No, I'm talking about the one in your bobblehead. It looks like a full moon and a.
Oh yeah, no, that was my Zelda shirt that I got out of my nerd block. That thing's awesome.
Oh yeah. By the way, why the hell are you wearing long sleeve shirts? Is it cold up there right now?
Dude, I just got over pneumonia, man. Everything's cold all the time now.
All right. Well, I guess that makes perfect sense. Here in Southern California, some of you guys up in the northwest, or the northwest sort of where you are, or the northeast, maybe still dealing with the cold. It was 100 degrees yesterday, and it was 98 degrees and overcast today. F that. It's summer already, and I've been worried with the weather and the way it's been that it was going to be a shitty summer. And man, it's already turned out to be a shitty spring.
Hey, I drove home with my arm out the window, man. It was like at least 55 degrees. I mean, it was a balmy 55.
Is there any particular reason why you were driving home with just like your arm hanging out the window?
I just do that. It's the fat makes it hard for me to put it down at my side, so I just jet it out the window.
Oh, your wings, yeah. The wings.
Yeah, my wings, and then I use my hand like a little airplane aileron, and it kind of takes the weight off it, so I don't have to use my muscles.
You're like, okay, we got to brake, air brake.
Yeah, king of the world. Woo!
Anyway, so Jerry wanted to know what the topics were, and my official response was,
Jay got ADD and didn't come up with any.
I did. I was like, hey, we need to come up with topics today. Hey, Case Labs, water cooling stuff. Ooh, yeah. Part 2 of this build I'm doing. Where am I again? Oh, yeah, I'm at work.
Yeah, I literally Skyped the guy, and I'm like, all right, what are the topics? He's like, I'm going to go get a couple. And then I talked to him 5 minutes ago, and he's like, yeah, I went ADD. I was like, I went and, I don't know, I was watching funny videos or something. I forgot.
I wasn't watching funny videos. I was working. We had a crisis at work.
So in other words, tonight's show is going to be in no way different than every other show we've ever done, pretty much.
Even when we have topics, we're like, yeah, okay, that. Okay, anyway, so Jerry, what do you want to talk about? We don't even really go over them.
Well, I think it's always a good thing to kick off a tech talk, getting you raging about something. So I recently heard that the AMD in their infinite wisdom decided to come out with their super duper expensive version of the GPUs to the Titan Z's.
I'm okay with $1,500 to be honest.
I guess $1,500. Well, that's true. I guess the 590 GTX when it dropped the hydro copper, it was about $1,500. So I'd say that's competitive for a bleeding edge dual GPU card.
What I want to know is it actually, and I haven't done a lot of research on it yet, guys. I mean, obviously I'm not high enough to have been included in that review sample, but I don't know. Is it two 290X GPUs, or is the 295 actually different from the 290? If it's two 290Xs, then the price is right, and it's about $50 cheaper No, I guess it's about $100 more expensive than two 780 Ti's, and the benchmarks show it's already faster than two 780 Ti's. So I'm okay with the price.
So
But
what you're saying
again,
is I should go get one of those then?
you should get two of them.
Two of them?
So that way you can do quad crossfire. You can do
Doing
quad
it.
fire.
I'm doing it.
Remember-
AMD, here I come.
Remember, what pisses me off about NVIDIA is 1 and 1 do not make 3. Wait, 3. They don't make 3. Why'd you start it like this, Jerry? Damn it!
I was trying to start a fire, Jay. I'm sorry.
This is why we can't have nice
Sorry.
things.
It's like I was doing some reading today on what makes successful YouTube streams, and I heard it's drama. So I tried to create some drama.
Dramagram!
Apparently now I'm going to go buy some AMD R9295 X2s, two of them, and just so I can play iRacing with Jay. It'll be awesome.
We need to... Oh, and did I tell you... I texted you the other day. You didn't respond. Big surprise there.
Hey, calm your tits, buddy. I'm fine. I'm like on my deathbed over here. And you're
Why
like,
do you-
never talk to me.
Why do you even have a phone? Why do you even have a phone?
Dude, I have
Seriously.
two phones and I have two phone numbers and I have both ringers off on them all the time.
Yeah. I don't remember the last time I turned on my Galaxy.
Dude, it's all the death threats, okay? It's just I get so many death threats and it gets tiring. You know, sometimes I just want to
And
go to
those
bed
are-
without being told I'm gonna get murdered. Okay,
And those are just from your wife.
yeah, just for my wife for talking on the phone.
God damn it, Jerry! Why don't you ever take my calls? I'm gonna fucking kill you! Ah! And it's just
my
your
God.
wife.
Oh my god.
All
All right, so
anyway.
does this mean that the whole Bitcoining trend is dead now? Like
You know-
AMD's prices are coming down. I'm not hearing a lot in the news about how mafias and shit are transporting nuclear weapons and selling hookers and blow using Bitcoin. So, I mean, are we good now? Can we go back to just buying GPUs to actually play games?
I think so. I'm always looking at the third-party market and the used market, like on places like Hard Forums and Overclock Forums. You can find a lot of really good quality used stuff up there from people who care about their stuff like I do. And I saw a guy up there having a hard time selling his 290Xs for $450.
Oh wow, that's a sign right there because those are crackpot cards for Litecoin mining, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I looked at his thread history, and it was like 4 pages of bump, 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 bump. Nobody was biting at $450 a piece. I was like, wow. Granted, they were reference coolers, which run really hot. Still, $450 a piece was a steal for those cards.
Now, the interesting thing that I'm seeing now, though, is I've seen the whole mining thing seems to be trending down. I'm not seeing it. It's not as headliney as it used to be, but I am seeing a lot more businesses accepting digital currencies now as like real currencies.
You know, I don't. Oh, so go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. That's pretty much what I got. I'm just like, it's weird. It's shocking. Like, are there people? I mean, other than people that are actually mining the currency, I mean, are there people legitimately exchanging into this currency to go buy products and services? Like, I'm just trying to figure out, other than mining the currency yourself and trading it with other people for the purpose of investment only, like, why would you spend it? Why would you accept it as a currency?
I think it's still being mined as much as before. I don't think it's downward trending. I think the 750 Ti helped because it was a cheap alternative that still got you amazing hash rates that was affordable. So for I think somebody said they were getting like 300 hash rate or something like that, and a really good hash rate on like a 290 or 290X was like 650 or something like that. But the thing was, for the price of what those cards were going for, like up to $1,000 a card during the craze. Yeah. When the 750 Ti came out, people were able to buy 4 or 5 of those and get way more hash rate than one of those 290s and that more power efficiency. That's why the 750 Ti was such a big deal. So the 750
you're
Ti,
kind of thinking that leveling the playing field's what's bringing the cost down. It's not necessarily that mining's not as important as it once was.
Exactly. And people, quite honestly, I think are really sick of hearing about cryptocurrency, quite honestly.
Z-Rock NorCal says, CUDA miner. CUDA. Every time I hear the word CUDA, I think something naughty, dude. Like CUDA. CUDA miner. NVIDIA's taking over.
My camera's doing it again. I have no idea, guys, why my camera is jittery. On the streaming software, it's smooth as can be.
Hey, guys, Jay just drank a whole lot of coffee, okay? And it's just... I
want to see what this looks like on the... I got to see what this looks like in about a minute. It's
dude, it looks like... It looks like you're mocking Michael J. Fox. Stop it.
I have nothing to do with that. Too soon. Too soon.
It, Jay. Stop it.
I can't wait to see what that's going to look like. No, anyway, just to recap that, I think the 750 Ti not leveled the playing field, but just brought things back to where they should be.
Do you think that Bitcoin mining is actually increasing global warming? like from all the extra heat that's generated from all these systems that people are just putting together and piping out their windows.
What's funny is global warming. First of all, if you believe in global warming, isn't actually a warming trend. Global warming doesn't mean warming, actually. Well, look at the camera.
Of course, I know. That's what I was laughing at just a minute ago. We're watching the live stream back, guys. Just saw Jay doing his like little Twitch fest over there.
I don't know why it's doing it. It just started last week, and that's it. I have to figure it out.
Oh my god!
It started. It started ever since I got 3 monitors. Uh-oh.
Oh, hey, the Codesaurus says, Jay, are you going to buy a PS4? I'd actually like to know the answer to that.
I would love to have a PS4, quite honestly, but I have other things that are more important right now, like finding out I'm having twins. I don't know if you guys.
Oh, dude, that's got to be a shocker.
Last week on the show, I said, "Hey guys, I found out I'm having another child." We went and got the sonogram on. Actually, it wasn't a sonogram; it was a different type of gram. But anyway, got a. They were showing the camera, and they were like, and we were scared. And here's the thing, and I immediately thought of you, by the way. I just want to say, because the doctor, he's the same doctor that delivered my daughter, and he says he's doing his thing, he's looking around, and he's looking at the monitor, and he's maneuvering the thing, and he's getting all these different angles, right? Yeah, he's basically, let me step in real quick.
Yep.
So no, that was actually really bad visualization. So anyway, that was convincing though, wasn't it?
It was, dude. I bought it.
Okay, so anyway, he's like, he stops, he pauses the camera, he stops, and he kind of sits back, and he takes off his gloves and stuff, and he sits back in the stool, and he goes, okay, so I'm going to tell you what I see, and I don't want you to be alarmed, because we're going to talk about what I see. And at that point, I'm like, oh, crap. You know, we start, as parents, and especially you know that when you hear that, all you care about, I want my kid to be healthy, I don't want my kid to have any problems. You know, screw what we feel. I just want a healthy child. So immediately I start thinking all the worst things in that microsecond that he says, I'm going to tell you what I see and we'll talk about it. I don't want you to be alarmed. Immediately you go to the worst. Like, oh my God, he's got 6 arms and I don't know, right?
So, I swear to God, doctors do that just to be dicks too. Because I've had to like come out of surgery when they did like an 8-way bypass on like my grandma or whatever. They come out and they're like, oh yeah, we need to actually talk about something. And we're like, oh my God, she didn't make it. And he's like, oh yeah, she pulled off one of her bandages, so we had to replace it. So you got to wait 15 minutes to go see her. I was like, you dick. I hate you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So he goes, okay, well, actually, what I see is twins. And my wife is like, really? And I was like,
did she look like this?
Actually, very, very close to that. And very close to that. And actually, I kind of went like, ugh. Like, I sort of collapsed for a second in my chair, just sort of like leaned forward. Not because I was upset that it was twins, but because it was that sudden fear of, oh my God, what's wrong, to, okay, everything's fine. Yay, to wait, there's 2?
You know, you were just shocked that you had 2 living sperms left. You know that just like, you were just like, yeah, your wife's over there like freaking out. And you're just like, Yeah.
So anyway, at that point, I wasn't really all that surprised. And the reason for that is, hey, Dratina, if you're having errors, it's on your end, dude. Stream works fine. It's not like I can go over, call YouTube headquarters and say, hey, Bill, my stream is, No,
here, hold on, dude. I can call him up. Here, where's my phone at? Here, let me just give him a call here real quick.
Oh, perfect. You got him on speed dial?
Yeah, hold on. Here, hold on. Get on there. Yeah, hi. Is this the king of YouTubes? YouTube? Oh, it's not plural. It's just YouTube. Okay. Anyways, hey, who's having the problem again?
JayzTwoCents. Oh no, Jatina 55.
Jatina 60. Yeah, you see her. He's in our chat right now. Yeah. Can you fix the stream for him and or her? All right. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Hey. Yeah. Fuck Google. Okay. Bye. Oh, it started ringing. It started ringing, dude. What the hell? When fake phone calls go wrong, I just hit a bunch of numbers and it started ringing.
So anyway, yeah. At that point, I wasn't shocked because twins run in my wife's family, and there is several sets of twins on my dad's side over the family history. So,
oh my God, Clark and PC just went postal on us.
What happened?
All right, you 2 MRFers are gonna die. You better undislike now.
Oh, it's because we have a dislike. Oh, I was like, wait, somebody's death threatening us in our own stream.
I was like, guys, I can't handle the death threats. I really can't. I can't. Every time when you guys keep, pointing the laser pointers in my window when I'm trying to sleep at night, it's not cool, okay? It's not cool.
Have you seen the new Captain America yet?
No, but I did watch Agents of Shield last night.
which you kind of, which was
I know
directly
I was
related
supposed
to the
I
movie.
know. I was supposed to watch the movie first, and I got that at the end of the Shield episode when they made the reference to Captain America like winning a bunch of shit against Hydra. But spoilers. Anyways, the movie. I didn't see the movie.
Can you believe he died?
But is it confirmed? I haven't seen the movie. I don't know. They just said in the episode he was dead. I don't believe what they say. They lied like 8 times in that episode.
Captain America is dead, and Nick Fury is dead.
No. You can't kill Nick. No, it's bullshit. They'll bring him back with that DC comic magic or Marvel magic. Wait, hold on. I fucked that one up earlier. Marvel.
Yeah, Archie Comics. They'll find a way to.
Oh my god, that's like when Chris Perillo was giving me shit for fucking mixing up Star Trek and Star Wars.
I haven't watched much of you guys' stream. In fact, I did watch most of the live stream you did a couple weeks back while I was hooking up my 3 monitors. I had it playing on my test bench, and I saw the look on his face when you made like an incorrect reference. He was just like,
okay, one thing you don't do with Chris is you don't say anything wrong about Star Wars. Like one of these times, just for fun, I'm just gonna try to be as serious as I can and just fuck with him. Like,
yeah, who was Luke's dad again? Was it Kirk or was it Spock?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, who played Darth Vader? Was it Patrick Stewart? Like, yeah, oh my god,
I could see this being him.
Oh my gosh.
Very,
hey guys,
very
thanks for all the likes. Got 123 likes. That's awesome. Appreciate it, guys. Helps a lot.
And now 3 people are gonna die now.
I am. Yeah, 3 people apparently are gonna die with laser pointers through their windows. But anyways, so okay, thanks for telling me that Captain America and fucking Nick Fury are dead. That I figured that the episode was just lying. Because dude, did you see how many times they lied in that episode?
I didn't see the episode. I saw the movie.
Watch the episode. It fucks with your head. Like literally, you know how they do the flip, right? You know, it's like the bad guy becomes the good guy. Yeah. Well, it's like the bad guy becomes the good guy, becomes the bad guy, becomes the good guy, and then at the end you think they're the bad guy and you don't know if they're the good guy, and you're like,
well, yeah, that's because
what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, but that's because Shield itself in the movie, as you find out, is upside down. So
yeah, because at one point I thought Agent Coulson was the bad guy. Like, how could you think Agent Coulson's the bad guy? You can't.
Yeah.
But they got me good. That was one of the few episodes where I was like, the writers on that must have just been high.
The comment in chat right now from Bungie Brony, which is already awesome. I'm a huge Trek Wars fan.
Trek Wars fan. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Anyway. Hey, we got 4 dislikes. We're doing it right.
Yeah, Andy CD Green said, I can't believe you turned down a free racing harness for your racing rig. I think it would be Mutt's Nut? The Mutt's Nuts? I like the Mutt's Nuts. I'm using that. Dude, it's just, you know, I have a hard enough time getting seatbelts around this big body already, and I don't want it to be one more step to play a video game. I just don't. Like, I get that it'd probably be cool for a video to get in there. And what if there was like an earthquake or something and the simulator fell over on top of me? I mean, what am I going to do?
Earthquake in Seattle is not as common as it is down here.
Actually, we've had a couple of them. They're just like your earthquakes you have every 15 minutes. We have them about every 9 years.
Yeah. And guys, once again, I do not know why my camera is stuttering. I'll figure it out later. I forgot it was stuttering last week.
I think it's funny, actually. I actually think it's better with you just like moving around like you're just like, I mean, the meths. You're doing the meths. Oh my god.
This is gonna look a little tweaky. I'm getting a little dizzy when I do that. Anyway, guys, I have some absolutely horrible news. By the way.
Shit! Are you being serious?
Yeah, I already told you what the news is. Unfortunately, TechTalk is going to end. This is going to be the last TechTalk week until 2 weeks from today. You see how you see how I did that?
I like that. How you kind of like built it up. You should have longer pause though. Be like, yeah, this is gonna be the last TechTalk, and then like a little sigh, go.
Nobody would have believed me because I'm not that dramatic.
Oh, we're not ending, dude. How can we end this nationally syndicated show that gets at least a couple of hundred people watching every week?
It's actually international.
Oh, it is internet. That's true. It's international.
It's international. We have like 0.000000001% of the world watching right now.
I know at least a handful of people that are actually watching our stream instead of something else, and that makes me happy.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I'm a sellout attention whore, and you guys are actually feeding my ego right now.
Your Starbucks addiction.
In my Starbucks addiction, which, you know what, I didn't have any Starbucks today because I'm coming off this stupid drug called prednisone. You ever hear that? Mm-hmm. Fucking prednisone.
They give you prednisone when you're pregnant, right?
Yeah, prednisone. That's what it was. Anyways, I guess it's this really harsh steroid, and I came off of it, and they're like, they're like, yeah, be careful with the caffeine because like yesterday I couldn't get my resting heartbeat under 120. I was literally laying in bed, and my heart was just going dunk 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 dunk, and I could just like feel it. Like I couldn't escape the feeling of consciously feeling my heartbeat, and it was driving me absolutely nuts. So this is my first day going without coffee in probably
I'm seeing,
10
I'm,
years.
I'm seeing a lot of comments of like "fuck you guys" and "fuck you" and this, and like from people with smiley faces. It reminds me of that episode where anyone who trolled you, you went and looked at their channel. So remember how for like 2 days after that, we were
Oh
getting tweets of
yeah.
people cussing us out.
Yeah, no, that I do remember that back when I was like feeding the trolls like as like steaks. I was giving them like New York steaks and shit. That
Yeah,
was
yeah, because every time somebody says, "You're like, well, let's go look at your channel," and then I think it was the tech kid was like, "Hey, if all I have to do is like troll you, it means to go look at my channel. Well, here you go, you fat fuck." And then from there, every,
that grotesque piece of shit. You better never go look at my channel, you fucker. Post the URL.
I
5 times.
always go back and look at the comments that people post after the show, like for the next day or two. And it's funny that people who are watching the replay see the most recent comments. So people were like, "What on earth happened during the show?"
Oh God, they almost have to watch it just for the train wreck factor.
know,
Like,
right?
what the fuck happened?
But yeah, like I started saying 5 minutes ago, I'm going to be in Chicago on business next week, so there will be no Tech Talk.
Oh, what kind of business, Jay? What kind of business will you be on?
No, actually, I take that back, guys. There's a very good chance that there's definitely no Tech Talk next week because of my daughter's birthday. The 24th, I'm going to be in Chicago, so there's a good chance the next 2 weeks might be in jeopardy. Unless I can get a good enough connection in Chicago to live stream, I'll know that Monday on the 21st if the hotel has a decent enough connection.
All right, just to let you guys know, I am actively casting candidates to replace Jay on Tech Talk.
Actually,
When
I
it's
think
gone.
your stream is going to be called Tech Chat.
Yeah, actually, we're gonna change the name too to Tech Chat because we thought that it had like 4 letters like talk, and it still meant the same thing. So the whole synonym factor was high. So let's go with that. And so things I'm looking for in a host, I want somebody who preferably is under 7 foot tall.
I look for
And
hosts that have 99.9% uptime.
that's true. True. I like a lot of uptime because like I don't have a lot of uptime as you guys know. I get sick at the drop of a hat, and I'm starting to think it's because I eat a lot of expired food.
But dude, the
I'm gonna
dented
look for
can,
that.
the dented can aisle at the grocery store is such a bargain, though.
It is. It is. And the funny thing is a lot of people don't realize this, but you can actually just go outside of the store and walk like 50 foot around the side, and there's this giant metal container that's full of them, and it's just free.
Yeah.
Like you don't even have to pay. I mean, every once in a while they get mad at you if you take too many, because it's like samples. They don't want you taking, they just want you to take one and move. But you just go grab that stuff and take it home.
Yeah.
And that
You-
actually just reminded me of a really funny childhood memory that now I'm going to share with all of you guys.
Oh, I
You
can't
guys want
wait.
to know how poor I was growing up? Oh my God. Okay, here's
You were so poor. Oh, I'm sorry.
okay. Well, first off, we'll just start off with you guys. You all know I do the poor people joke, right? Anything I can't afford is for poor people. That's pretty much how it works, right?
Plenty that
Ferraris
you,
are for poor people.
but plenty
Lamborghinis-
that you can afford is for poor people.
Okay,
too.
let me rephrase that. Things that I'm just not going to buy are for poor people too.
Everything's for poor people.
Yeah, pretty much everything's for poor people. So anyways, growing up, I remember at one point we were like so poor growing up. I mean, like literally on welfare, on food stamps and everything, that my mom discovered like through a friend that the Nally's factory. Now, hopefully there's a statute of limitations on this or we're all going to go to jail. But Nally's, the company that makes all the chips and dips and stuff like that, they had a factory that was like near my house where I grew up. And like no shit, my mom used to go up there for like months at a time every week and would just go empty out their dumpster because they would take all their overstock and put it into the dumpster. So it was like full sealed bags of chips and dip, and they were like clean cans. They didn't throw their garbage in there. It was just for this stuff that they basically took away and destroyed. And so it was funny. We did that for like 6 months, and then one time she went back to do it again, and they had a giant sign up that was like, "We have cameras now. Stop stealing our shit." And they actually destroyed now they mashed everything up in the drum so people couldn't steal it anymore. Because it was all within like a week of expiration, so it was still good food, but it was just funny because I'd wake up in the morning and go out and there'd be just like bags of chips and dip all over the couch, like 50 bags of chips and 20 cans, of bean dip and everything. It's just the weirdest shit ever, and it's like just in a nutshell, I think I just answered my question as to why I'm so fat.
And
Okay,
maybe
anyways, I
why you're
digress.
sick
Yeah.
all the time because you
And why I'm
become
sick all the time. Yeah,
you
no,
become
I
like
think I just figured it out. Nally's
processed
killed me.
food. You're like processed food test dummy.
Yeah, I think Nally's killed me, guys.
Wow.
Dat
People are-
echo. Somebody said dat echo by what echo?
Probably they can probably hear you in my headset.
Oh, was I getting? Maybe I was getting a little too close up here with the.
No,
old
it's not. It's not you as much as it is my. Oh, sorry guys. As much as the fact that these are semi-open ear cans. So
That doesn't sound good.
Actually, that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like when you were made, my buddy. That's what it sounds like when you were made.
Oh man, David DeFranco just said he isn't coming to the stream. Damn you, David.
Who?
Damn
What
you. Just one of my friends on Twitter. I told him to come watch the stream tonight.
He was like, no.
Oh, somebody gave me a new hashtag too. Pneumonia-gasm. Pneumonia-gasm. I like it.
Yeah. Anyway, Jerry quite honestly said he will do the truffle shuffle if we get 1,000 likes during the stream. I'm not sure we're gonna make it though.
So I'll give you the pneumonia truffle shuffle, man.
If I was to put up a little overlay that said 1,000 likes, Jerry does the truffle shuffle, we'd probably hit it instantly.
Well, we want to make it hard though. You don't want to just be giving that truffle shuffle away. Come on.
Yeah,
oh wait,
true.
I'm the echo. Wait, there's no echo. Somebody said lots of echo. I think Google's messing with us. I think that prank phone call that I played earlier, they're screwing with our stream now, dude.
I know. I see. I never get echo on top of why must you be echoey? Lots of echo, and then one person saying there's no echo.
Jay, I want to be professional for a minute, and so to be professional, I need to go to a tech site and get a topic.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go. Let me just.
You rarely ever choose the topics. I can't wait.
All right. We're doing here. Hold on. Random. I'm not even gonna go to like. I don't want to go to like a mainstream one. I want to go to like some backwater ass random tech news site.
Oh god.
Let's see here.
Backwater tech news from Kentucky.
I want some backwater tech news from Kentuckers. All right. Let's see here.
Don't trust a guy unless he's got more than one tooth.
Engineering. Apple. God, they have their Apple's its own category on this site. Okay, I'm out of here. Let's see here. How about Omnitech News? Have you ever heard of Omnitech News?
I bet you they have lots of tech.
OmnitechNews.com just got a shout out. Let's see. World's third largest supermarket chain goes minority report with its advertising. Okay, that sounds stupid. Call of Duty Ghosts Extinction isn't enough? No, it's not. Call of Duty Ghosts is the biggest piece of shit ever. And I actually I did play it again the other day. I did honest to God truth. I opened it up and I played a couple of matches. And I realized that the graphics did look like they improved a little bit. So with some of the patching and the driver stuff, it looks like at least the graphics aren't as horrible as the first time I reviewed it. But it's still pretty god-awful horrible. Does anybody here even play Ghosts? Like, does anybody even play that game anymore? Have you even played it, Jay?
I haven't played Call of Duty since 2012.
It's literally a Call of Duty, like duty that falls out of your butthole.
So it's Call of Dooty? Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Duty out of your butt sphincters.
Oh, guys, by the way, if you guys do iRacing, get it?
if you guys do iRacing.
If you guys on iRacing, Jerry and I are thinking about in the future doing some iRacing with fans, renting out a server and getting some fans in there with a private password and stuff. So that could be fun.
Would you guys be interested in that? Like, because I know a lot of my fans are racers. Like, I've got a lot of iRacing and a Corsa fan.
I have a feeling it would turn into iDerby. Just saying.
Hey, if you rent a server, can you just do an open practice where you can race together without any risk? Like,
yeah, you can turn off the. I've been playing in there almost every night with my friend, and he's been renting servers. And we were doing oval racing, and I was like, I want to turn right, so I turned around on the track, and it kicked me out within 10 seconds. It was like, they're gonna black flag you. You've been disqualified. Bloop! I was kicked out of my own server.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay, so they're on top of it.
They are, but my friend went in and overrode those settings, and I got back in, and then we were like doing like oval derby.
No, that's what I really wanted to do, because like this is what happens to me most of the time in iRacing, and everybody watches my videos.
It was so. Oh my god, you're oval racing.
I get so nervous. I know.
Your first oval race was so painful. I was laughing my ass off. I had already watched it, but now that I've been playing iRacing and seeing just how serious and realistic it is, considering I've done plenty of track days, and so have you.
I've never done oval racing, though.
You've never done oval racing, but you've done track days.
Yeah, I've done track days.
So you know what it's like, though. Even if you're in a slow car, you're still like sweaty palms and like, okay, there's other cars on the road. I gotta be careful.
Well, that's the funny thing about it, though, Jay, is I've been track days on my STI a couple of times, and other than a couple, little scares that get you going in the corners, for the most part, it's a really mellow, relaxing experience for me.
Yeah, because
in iRacing, I'm like shitting my pants because these people are. I actually feel like there would be less recourse if I hit somebody's fucking Nissan GTR on the real track than if I hit somebody's virtual one in iRacing. That's how mad iRacing people are. They were like their own breed of just angry, like Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s. I mean, it's so bad.
What I love most, and guys, if you haven't watched Jerry's first attempt at oval racing with like, I don't even think you made
Somebody link it.
Did you even make it through a practice lap without crashing?
No.
Okay.
No.
That was before the race even
But the funny
started.
thing is, I actually did well. Like, I did well in the actual race until I think it was like lap 8 or lap 7 when I
Okay.
just completely spun out and almost took everybody out.
Can we define well when the flag went green
Stayed
and
on
you
the track.
rammed the car in front of you? Remember, when the flag turns green, you still have to cross the finish line to start the race.
Well, that you don't use brakes in NASCAR. I was told that brakes were fucking the superfluous feature that they put on the cars so they can call it stop.
Favorite quote. Favorite. I love that video. I'm gonna watch it again, even all 30 minutes of it. My favorite. Okay, guys. Well, here we go. And green flag. All right. Whoa, shit. Sorry. It was like the first 10 seconds of the race.
Oh, dude, the funny thing is you guys haven't even seen the worst of my iRacing, because those videos were the ones where I felt like I was actually somewhat competent when I sat down and started racing. I know that's funny, it's laughable, but I literally felt confident that I was going to do okay, and that's why I recorded those sessions. The sessions that I didn't record, and the one that I wished I had to record, was that not my very first time playing iRacing, but my first time ever doing the Mazda Cup at Lime Rock.
I love Lime Rock.
I get in my car, the race starts, and I've got voice chat on by default. This is a while ago. This is years ago. And the guy's on the comms, and and I didn't have my simulator back then. This is just me sitting here with my Logitech G25 bolted on my desk. And so the guys are talking. They're like, "Oh yeah, good race, guys. Good race. Yeah, we're gonna do good. Yeah, hey, everybody take it easy on that first corner. It's really slick." They're all talking professional. I'm just sitting here like soaking it up. Like, God, this is so realistic. These guys are talking like this is real racing. And so the light turns green. They all punch it, and I miss the green light basically.
You get rammed from behind?
Yeah. So then no. So a guy drives around me, and I'm like, so I'm in the back now. I'm way in the back, and I'm heading into the first corner, and I completely forget what the guy said about the first corner. About everybody just get through the first corner.
Yeah,
let's
the
spread out.
first hairpin is pretty rough, man.
I went into the first corner doing like fourth gear. I late braked it, locked up the brakes, and slammed into two guys. They hit another two guys, hit another one, and the whole top of the screen was just like penalty, 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 penalty. And all I heard on the voice chat was, "You fucking moron, you fucking idiot, you fucking retard." That's all I heard. And I seriously was like, I felt bad. My heart was racing and shit, because these guys they weren't your typical Xbox trolls, like, hey noob, I got you, fucker. No, these guys, like, I ruined their life. Somehow I took point. I didn't realize I took points off their license. Like, if I caused them to wreck, it cost them points too. I fucked everybody in that race. I felt so bad. I literally just said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry." And I like backed out of the game while they were still cursing at me. And it changed my whole outlook of iRacing after that. From there on out, I turn off voice chat because it just scares me.
I love the comments. You're telling the story about iRacing, and I just see like random, "Are there any breaks during this? Because I have to go to the bathroom." One guy's all, "I fap to this," and then no breaks. I just poop on myself.
Oh, we got the best fans.
We do.
The best fans ever, man. No breaks. I just pooped myself.
We get all of the people who can't handle Linus's professionalism.
Yeah, I know. Should we change it from Tech Talk to just Juan Show Rejects? I like it. Hashtag Juan Show.
No, please don't. I'm always the one that takes the shit for this. I already know Linus hates me.
I don't know. Bump Hunter's kind of played out. I think we need Juan Show Rejects now to proliferate across Twitter. Oh,
well,
my God.
Considering my wife's not really going to have a bump, she's going to have like dual camel humps.
Yeah, actually, this goes back to the question somebody asked earlier before the show in chat. They said, "Jerry, why don't you ever stream your own show?" And I said, because, it's easier for Jay to do it. I think the real truth is I just like Jay to take all the liability, because it seems like I'm always the one that says like the really bad things about other YouTube producers and always puts my foot in my mouth and fucks with everybody else. And somehow it always comes back as Jay's fault.
And I don't say, I love everybody. I love all of my peers, and I like to keep it that way. But all of a sudden I've like apparently called Linus out for being rich and driving Lambos and just all kinds of crazy stuff. So... Yeah, and I'm pretty confident Linus hates me because of this. But anyway, I have thought on a couple of times, you know what? Maybe I should have Jerry host a couple of Tech Talks so we can do some more cross promotion. Can bring some of my subs get to see you every week. Maybe your subs get to see me. Yeah. Then I think about every time we've tried to do some Twitch live streaming, and it's an hour-long session of Jerry trying to get his shit working. So I've thought this is not a good idea.
Guys, I'm just I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a technical guy. I don't really work at Microsoft. I actually work at Denny's, and all this stuff.
He fixes the registers when they go down.
Yeah, this is actually all green screen behind me. I don't actually have 3D printers and stuff. I've been stealing footage from other YouTube channels.
You're actually in the kitchen right now.
Yeah, like actually, I'm at Denny's right now. I'm just using a really awesome noise filter that takes out all the old groans in the background from like people munching on their waffles. But anyways, I'd rather have Jay just do the stream because Jay he's got things I don't like bandwidth. He's got this thing called bandwidth. I've got 3 cable modems like duct taped together and they barely work. You know, it's like come on. Oh, here we go. Linus Lambo tips.
I know, and I've already seen, and guys, I've already seen a lot of Linus is a fag and stuff. Guys, don't say that stuff. Seriously, if you don't like the guy, don't watch him. But you don't have to like call him names and stuff. Same thing with like if you don't like me, you can call me all the names you want. But this is not like YouTubers versus YouTubers.
No, and the truth is, yeah, no, that's actually something I do want to be serious about. I do see a lot of people that send me comments on Twitter. This is a really common comment, guys. That's like, I like you so much better than Chris, and I like you so much better than Jay. And even though it makes me feel really good inside, and it makes me like laugh at them. It's bad. It's just don't do that because that's me. Because that's really mean. Because it's like these are my friends, man. These are people that have helped me. Linus invited me on his show, even though I completely accidentally blindsided him and said that like 8K didn't matter. And yeah. Anyways, we won't go back. Anyways, it's like these guys have given us chances. They have helped. The community at large has been excellent. Everybody I've met, I haven't met a single person. Actually, it's not entirely true, but I won't name names. But I almost haven't met a single person on YouTube that hasn't been just like completely having their hand out ready to help somebody else that was like serious about wanting to be, you know, a YouTube content producer, like a serious content producer. Right. And so I like it when you guys support other people. I honestly do. I want you to come at me and say, hey, I really enjoy, I found your show through this other guy's channel. And, you know, I really enjoy watching both of you. Don't come at me and say, you're my favorite YouTube producer ever. You know, you're way better than that other guy. He sucks because he does this. You shouldn't do shows with that guy because he doesn't do that. Why don't you do your own shows? You're so much better by yourself. No, I do this for the community. I love interacting with everybody. I say it then. I love interacting with you guys, but it's true.
Jake Tendo says Linus is cool for a Canadian. That's actually kind of funny.
I think that's a fair statement. I think Jake Tendo hit it on the nose.
MGP Jarrett says Canadians are for poor people.
Canadians are poor people, though.
No, are for poor people, not.
No. I'm correcting him.
Oh, I see. Jay, I take it you are not going to PAX. Nope, PAX East. I don't like to go to Boston when I don't have to because my office is right there, one of my offices, and it's actually the office I work out of. I remote connect into Boston from California. If they found out I was that close, I would never get a moment to myself. So.
Yeah, no, but are you still going to make a shot for West though? If I put you up, will you come up here?
Absolutely. If all I got to take care of is a plane fare.
Worst case scenario is if I can't find us a cool place downtown Seattle that we can stay down there. We can always just stay at my place because I'm only.
Oh God! See, now it's getting weird. Now it's just getting weird.
Well, you can always just sleep on top of me in my king size bed, like because my wife takes up most of the other side of the bed. I figure we could just put a layer of pillows on top of me, and then you could just lay on top of me, like no homo style, and then we can wake up and go to PAX each morning.
Not sure if serious or serial killer.
I don't know. Did you see the shirt?
Yeah, I think.
Shirtpunch.com.
What do I have to lose with my life?
I just got paid for that. No, I'm just kidding. I don't get paid.
Yeah, no. Quite honestly, I am considering going to PAX Prime. I would really like to, but I know it would only be able to be me. Nobody else that has helped me with the channel would be able to make it. So I'm like, how am I going to make videos and be in the video?
I think we should almost just turn it into like a giant like vlog session.
It would be a vlog. PAX.
Yeah.
It would. I mean, I'd probably be able to vlog some interviews, but yeah, it wouldn't. It would not be like CES production. Speaking of which, you guys have to know this right now. CES 2015 for me right now is completely up in the air because you gotta understand, my wife's due date is December 2nd. And that's 1 month before CES. Now, depending on if there's any complications or whatnot, I've got family that are lining up to help and telling me, go to CES. The problem is, what you guys don't realize is my wife is the one that makes CES work for me because she does all of my event planning. She does all of my social media. She handles all of the hotel stuff. She tells me where I need to be, when I need to be there. I mean, she is quite honestly my PM, my PA, my personal assistant, my handler. This last CES, especially because I was going through what Jerry's getting over while I was there, I didn't know my head from my ass from a hole in the ground. I quite honestly didn't. If it wasn't for her telling me when and where to be, making all the phone calls, you know, calling up the vendors I'm supposed to be meeting, saying, hey, we're down in the hotel, hey, we need to be buzzed up and all that stuff, I just would have been like, I don't know where I am. Help me. To just like some random security guard. So I think Jerry just popped off. I think he might have accidentally ended the call. Nope, Skype quit. Give me a second here, guys. It's going to take a minute. You gotta love Skype, don't you? So anyway, yeah, I really do want to go to PAX, but it's quite honestly up in the air right now. I don't know what to expect at this moment. What do we got going on here? There we go.
Oh, hey, Ro.
Welcome back.
Stupid Skype's dropped me. Drops the preciouses. All right, I'm back. Yay!
No, every now and then, Skype and what is this I'm using? XSplit kind of interfere every now and then. So
hey, getting back onto a tech topic here, Jay. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this Project Red Mist that you're working on, the Uber computer that you could never own yourself?
if you guys want to know more about it, you're gonna have to go and watch the series.
I'm sure they're gonna watch the series, but I mean, come on, the little sneak peek here.
I actually came up with an idea today. I don't know. Did you watch part 2 at all?
I did.
Okay. Did you see how I was kind of like, I don't know how I want to do the reservoirs?
Yeah, I saw you were kind of doing the whole sideways and up and down, trying to figure out what you're gonna do. I say put them on the outside of the case.
Because that's what you did. So anyway, I'm not going to give any details of how I'm going to do it. Let's just say they're going to be mounted in such a way where they look like they're floating. So it's going to be
They're floating.
It's going to be really interesting and unique. They're going to actually be emitting light from them in the appropriate color of their fluid. So they're going to look like they're hovering. It's going to look really cool, actually, I think.
Interesting. I'm curious to see how you pull that off.
It's already planned out, and the parts are already ordered.
Wow. You know what? I'm going to do an upgrade. I'm doing it. I'm not going to order the parts just yet because I got to get caught up on a couple things. But I think I'm going to go ahead and order the AMD cards as soon as they're mainstream. The 295s.
Oh yeah, 2 of them.
The X2. I'll get 2 of them.
So
and I'll just make
$3,000 worth of them.
Yeah, I'll just make that the foundation of my new system. Well, I did my taxes. The government said they were going to give me back some money this year, so I figured I'm going to
be honest with you though. I don't. Crossfire does not scale as well as SL. Okay, Crossfire already does not scale as well as SLI.
I've heard, yeah.
So going with 4-way on that or quad, I'm a little concerned that you would actually get your money's worth. I almost feel like going with 3 780 Ti like DCU2s or something would be better for your money.
Now, I heard the rumor mill, well, actually it isn't a rumor mill, it was in their change notes, but NVIDIA had stated that their new beta drivers improve the SLI scaling like dramatically. Like in some cases up to 70% increase or something.
I actually wanted to ask the crowd here, people who are watching, if anyone has used the new drivers that AMD NVIDIA has put out.
Oh, shit.
I never use drivers when they're brand new because I want to wait and see what people have to say. I've heard that same thing as well, that they're supposed to do an amazing job with scaling and whatnot. So I want to hear from you guys if you've used them.
Now, I did use the beta driver, but it was only in Call of Duty Ghosts, and I did notice a significant increase in frames per second with the SLI enabled when I updated the drivers. It was a lot smoother with everything maxed out. And I didn't have any crashes, which was really strange, because this is the first time I've ever installed an NVIDIA beta driver and didn't have it just like shit the bed constantly.
Now, you're not talking about 335, right? You're talking about the new one?
This is, let me see what version it is. The one that it literally just came out like 2-3 days ago.
Okay, I haven't done it yet. I haven't tried it yet.
And all I've played was I opened Ghost and I opened Battlefield 4. I played until Punkbuster kicked me. And, and I noticed a huge increase in Battlefield also.
I've been having a problem with my maybe you can help me out with this. I've been having a little bit of a problem now with my NV Surround though, where I'll get a driver crash and it doesn't recover. All 3 screens go black and I have to reboot. Every now and then.
That's bad. Yeah. That's really bad. Because the WDDM driver model, the Windows driver model actually you're in Windows 7 though. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. You don't even have that. The crash recovery has been greatly improved, and the Windows 8 driver model. But in Windows 7, for you to not be able to recover, that has to be a really low level crash. I mean, really low level. So
because when I had one card, and or even when I had 2 cards but with just my one gaming screen, my crashes would recover, and usually it was overclock related. And they would say the driver stopped responding as recovered. Right. I don't get the recovery part. Sounds and everything still work. If I'm on Skype talking to someone, they can still hear me. Screens just go completely dead.
Now that's weird. I had a similar problem back with Windows 8 using the old NVIDIA drivers. There was a known bug where if you had an auxiliary display, which you don't have, you only have the
No.
three, right?
Yeah.
So I had auxiliary display, but I had a similar problem where you'd be playing the game and all three of the surround monitors, not the auxiliary, just the surround monitors would freeze. Like the video would just completely freeze on them, but you'd still have the audio and everything, and you could even see the mouse cursor moving over the top of it, but it would just never update the frame data ever again. Even if you killed the game, you'd still be looking at that last frame it froze on. And they claim they fixed it. Oh, Wilkin Games asked in chat, how much were those headphones?
Yours?
Yeah.
Well, these I could tell you were $90.
I got these. I think when I bought them, they were $1,400 from Crutchfield, and they're
were
nice
they
headphones,
worth it?
but honestly, they're not $1,400 worth. They're just not.
They might be to somebody if that's the sound they're looking for.
If you plug them into $100,000 amplifier and you're an audiophile and you sip cognac in a noise-proof room sealed with like unicorn,
And you bathe in crystal.
yes, then I'm sure they're probably worth it because they are mighty, and I will say that they produce a range of sound I haven't heard on another pair of headphones before. But as far as just listening to music and stuff like that, I actually really like the HD 500s. Those are actually really, really cool.
I have never heard Sennheiser sound through any sort of studio headset. The headset that my cameraman was wearing at CES that they sent me was an HD 100, and it was just a monitor.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, Sennheiser's low-end headphones actually sound really good too. I have their HD 180s. I've never reviewed them before, but they're my go-to wireless headphone that I use in the man cave bedroom for my home theater system. And they're a sealed ear headphone. They're not open ear, but they produce massive bass, and the mids and tweeter on them is so clear and crisp. And they run off like two AAA batteries.
I need to correct something someone just said in the chat. JFrag says two 760s equals a 780 Ti in terms of performance. Not even close. Not even close. Two 760s would be the same as a Mars, which scored 600 points lower than my hacked and overclocked 780. Now, granted, it's not hacked and overclocked. My 780 on its factory BIOS could get a 3050 score. On Valley Benchmark. Two 760s barely pull 2500 on their best day. So, not even close. And not to mention Jerry's two 680 for the Win editions that are overclocked, right?
Yeah, they're
overclocked. We're getting beat by my one overclocked 780.
It's true. It's a 780 Smash 2.
That GK110
the Win editions. Yeah.
That GK110 is a massive GPU. I'm getting 400 frames per second in iRacing.
Now, okay, so Matt Branscombe said the Tech of Tomorrow channel confirmed a 20 to 30% frame percent or 30% frame per second increase with the latest beta drivers. Yeah, and somebody else also said that in Titanfall, sorry I missed your name, but somebody was saying that in Titanfall they went from like 35 frames per second to 60 after just updating the drivers.
Isn't this driver supposed to be their preliminary like we can do Mantle 2 thing?
Yes. No. Actually, I don't think it is. No, this was just for the SLI scaling. The DirectX 12 stuff, I think, is still down the road. But
I don't feel if you have, and I've seen a lot of people asking about this. I didn't mean to cut you off, Jerry. I just want to say this before I forget. A lot of people have been like, well, if you don't buy 780s now because they're not going to be fully DirectX 12 capable, blah, blah, blah. If you have high-end hardware, you are not going to benefit nearly as much on DirectX 12 if you have high-end hardware. If what they're saying is true, it's the same thing with Mantle. It's the same reason why high-end cards with Mantle barely saw an increase over lower-end hardware. So if you have strong hardware, and don't wait. I mean, if you need a system now, don't wait 2-3 months for it to come out, and possibly even longer, and pay a premium for it. If you can buy what you need now, buy it now. I 100% mean that.
And the thing is, I guess it's a little bit relative though, because it's mostly impacted by the CPU's ability to process commands going to the GPU and the number of commands going to the GPU. At least that's the Mantle side of it. So if you do have a low-end computer with a real high-end GPU, you could still technically benefit a lot from it. But I guess the point is most people, if you're going to have 780 Ti's and stuff in your system, you're not going to be running a Core i3 processor. Yeah,
or
an
Athlon.
You're not going to have like an old Cyrix, M7 processor running your rig, right?
The only time you're ever going to see like a 290 or 290X sitting on an Athlon or something really small, really really shitty, is people who are folding or doing cryptocurrency mining.
Yeah, you know what I think this is really going to open up though is by them moving to a model. The cool thing that Mantle did, and I think this is really really cool that AMD did this, is, of course, they were the ones that raised the flag first and said, okay, we're going to go and do something. And then DirectX, of course, just counters and says, well, we're basically just going to create Mantle, but it's going to be a part of DirectX. And honestly, I think that's going to actually kill Mantle. And I mean, just in my opinion, I think it will, just because DirectX is so much more mainstream and compatible. Yeah. But the thing is now that they've actually freed up the number of calls that need to go to the GPU and taken all the stress off of the CPU side of the system, I mean, that opens up a lot more bandwidth to push that much more data now.
Yeah.
So that I think that really opened up the future of GPUs. I mean, I think you're going to be able to, I mean, the pipelining there to move data between the CPU and the GPU is going to just start growing at like some insane ass rate. You're going to start seeing just nuts stuff.
Have you seen NVIDIA's new roadmap?
No, I haven't seen the roadmap.
Their roadmap now calls for extremely powerful GPUs in an extremely small format, like half the length of that we have now.
Well, did you see Intel's plan that they released? I think it was 2 years ago that said that, what was it, by 2016, they were going to have a 32-core processor?
Yep.
Mainstream processor.
Yep.
Because they've already hit the cap of, you know, how many megahertz they can go. The physical, you know, cyclic rate of the silicon. They can't go any faster. They're hitting a wall. So now they're trying to go out. They're trying to scale outward. So now Intel's like, you know, they've got GPUs. I mean, shit, how many cores are on a GPU, right? I mean, it's in the thousands in some case. So
well, if you're talking about stream processors,
yeah, I'm talking about the stream processor. Yeah. I mean, they're a very simplistic core, but still,
a couple thousand at least on new cards.
They can do it. So, you know, imagine, you know, in the future when now you have a CPU that's got, you know, 32 separate threads that can all run simultaneously at the full clock rate. Things like microstutter and shit like that are going to be gone. They're going to be things of the past because every single thing you're doing on your computer is basically going to have a dedicated physical processor behind it. That's going to be insane. I can't wait.
You know, somebody asked earlier what my dream build would be, and quite honestly, guys, my dream build would be anything but practical. I mean, I'd be talking X99 with their 8-core, 16 threads, 4-way TIs.
Titan Zs. Come on. If you didn't have to pay for it. Come on, Jay. If you didn't have to pay for them. It's just your dream system. You won the lottery. Just say it. I want to hear you say it.
No, I would go 4-way TIs. Absolutely. You yourself have seen the complications and the shittiness of dual GPU cards.
It's true, and I just said this in chat earlier. Somebody asked me about it, and I was like, you know what? Every single dual GPU card I've ever had, I've had fucking issues with. Everyone. I can't think of a single exception. I can't think of a single dual GPU card.
And my hatred for dual GPU cards goes all the way back to a build I was doing back in like 2005 for a friend of mine, maybe even sooner than that, when he had the 4870X2 from AMD, and that one was nothing but microstutters and problems. We ended up saying, okay, fine, screw it. We went with the GTX or the 295 GTX dual GPU card. Still had a bunch of problems with it, and finally he was like, screw it. Single high-end card is all I'm going with.
Yeah, worst one I ever had was the 590. The 590, that was just a nightmare card.
Yeah. Well, remember, NVIDIA didn't make a dual GPU card for the 400 series, so it was their first dual GPU card since the 295 I said that we had problems with.
Yeah. I think the other problem that they run into is just, I mean, you're scaling down the amount of power and bandwidth availability and stuff to the card when you're trying to get in the heat distribution. All that stuff plays a huge factor when you're trying to pack everything onto one board.
But apparently the 295X2 doesn't run into those problems.
Apparently. Well, if it doesn't, I mean, I'm tempted. I genuinely am, because it's not that I don't like I like NVIDIA. It's just I've been using them for so long now, and I've been observing so many little problems. I just want to try something different. It might not even be any better, but I just want to try something different.
Go to the overclock.net forums for AMD's graphics cards. You'll see the same types of complaints, little things going on. You'll see a constant, I'm so sick of AMD, I'm going to NVIDIA. It's the same on both sides.
But I like remember back when I had, I think my last AMD setup that I had was the 5000 series. Which one was it? I think it was like, they were Power Color card. I think it was Power Color.
There's probably going to be something in their 5900 series, knowing you.
Yeah, I think it was like 5900, but I had two of them. I had two of them in Crossfire. And the thing I really liked about it was you could have that Crossfire desktop. You know how NVIDIA does it where you can have like surround, but you have like your taskbar in the center screen and maximize the one screen. Their shit worked so much better, and that was years ago. Like years ago, it worked flawlessly.
I see people saying 780 Ti's run out of VRAM at some games at 4K. Jerry, how do we feel about 4K?
4K is for poor people. Okay,
I don't care about 4K.
We don't have 4K eyeballs, people. We don't. Our eyeballs aren't even 4K.
Have you seen what a screenshot looks like when somebody takes a screenshot of 4K? You gotta zoom in like 500% to read anything.
It looks like, All I know is the only thing 4K is going to do for the industry is it's going to have to make porn stars get better makeup. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, could you imagine the detail? Oh,
Oh God, dude, when HD
oh.
came out, that was bad enough. Oh my God, I'm just saying.
Amazing what the low quality pixels does to a person's complexion.
Yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, no, porn should have been stopped at 240p. That should have been the cutoff for porn. Like 240p, anybody's a porn star at 240p. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I find it's so fascinating though that the 295X2 is doing 11.5 teraflops of compute power, with like a dual floating point or whatever it's called.
Yeah, yeah.
And the Titan Z is only doing 8.
What?
Now we have to see how that's going to equate to gaming. I wrote a little article for it on the website, just a quick blurb
I'm gonna have
about.
to check that out because that's the thing is if AMD even if AMD can produce a card that's putting out even the same performance as the Titan Z at half the cost, holy shit.
Well, look, AMD Ron, or Roy, AMD Roy. Have you seen
AMD
him?
Roy, I know him. Yeah,
You know he came from Nvidia.
I didn't know he came from Nvidia. Actually, I didn't know that.
He worked for Nvidia for like 12 years. He said
Oh, okay.
he came from Nvidia, and when Nvidia was doing their press conference, AMD Roy was live tweeting out, "Hey guys, we got something that you're gonna not want to miss and stuff." Especially when Nvidia was like, "And it does 8 teraflops." AMD Roy was like, "LOL, that's cute." He didn't actually say that, but that's kind of what he was saying because he already knew what the new 295X2 was doing.
Oh, that's funny.
Fast forward 2-3 weeks later, now they gave out their samples, 11.5 teraflops, beating 780 Ti SLIs like hands down by like 10-15 frames per second at 4K resolutions, by the way.
So I wonder. Okay, so these cards are $1,500. When do they actually go on sale? Are they on sale right now to the public, or is there
The
still some time?
21st or 20, something like that. The week of the 20 something in there of this
I
month.
wonder if I got a pre-order and if I wouldn't be on the first shipping list for those.
So anyway, just
I'm
could
just
you-
tempted. I'm
can
just
you-
tempted.
Now, granted, people are automatically saying the 295 the 295X2 is better than the Titan Z, blah blah blah, because of the teraflops, benchmark.
Right.
Now that doesn't always equate to better gaming experience, right? So it depends on the game's utilization of the technology built into the card. If you have a game that's tailored towards NVIDIA, it doesn't matter if AMD's stronger card overall, it's still going to be a better experience on NVIDIA in most cases.
Yes. Yes.
Now, what I can't wait to see is NVIDIA going to make some sort of last minute change to the card? Because no one's got samples of it. Are they going to do something to it to try and catch up? Because if they ship a card that costs twice as much as a card that's faster, now what?
Well, the other thing too is I would have to think that Nvidia, especially with their track record, that they'd be smart enough to ship the Titan Z severely underclocked on purpose, just because they can still easily edge it out with the highest performance. Then later on, just pull driver patches that are just like, here's another 10%, here's another 10%, here's another 10%, and that way they force AMD to show their hand early. The question is, who's pushing their card closest to bleeding edge? I'd have to imagine that the
AMD
295R2 is going to be running right on the edge out of the box.
Every AMD card I've had my hands on so far has been it's an okay overclocker, but almost every NVIDIA card I've ever had has been great, with the exception of my third 780 over there, the one I took out of my system when I teased that photo of like, hey, 3-way SLI. I got a third 780. It was a better overclocker. Swapped it into my build. Took the mediocre one, put it in the test bench. Yeah. But that's like the only card. And even that card, by the way, I call it a dud overclocker, but it hit 1150 megahertz on the core, and the core clock on that's 941 is its actual boost clock on there.
Still pretty damn impressive.
So we're talking 200 megahertz overclock, more than 20% on the core clock. So it's funny when a bad overclocker is when it can't go farther than 20%.
Yeah, the thing is too is Nvidia is a huge, they're they cater to overclockers. They really do. Yeah. I mean the whole Nvidia graphics chipsets, everything, motherboard chipsets, the whole works caters towards squeezing enthusiasts squeezing the max out of their hardware. So, I wouldn't be surprised if the Titan Z isn't so dialed back that people aren't just like taking and putting water blocks and shit on it and running the thing like up through the roof.
You know what this feels like to me, quite honestly?
What's that?
This is just like last summer all over again with the Xbox One press release followed by the PS4 press release.
That's very true. You're absolutely right there.
That's exactly what it feels like. Granted, we're not waiting 6 months for them to come to the market, so there's not 6 months worth of we're changing things from Microsoft's side. Right. But the question is NVIDIA going to change something? Because I'm telling you right now, they have to have a 295X2 in their possession right now somehow. And if not, they're going to be one of the first to get one.
Yeah,
And
or at the very least, they would know what the capabilities of it were.
no,
Like,
they're just gonna straight up order one like a regular customer to someone's house, an employee's house of whoever the engineers are. They're gonna take that
yep.
thing, they're gonna reverse engineer it, they're gonna benchmark the hell out of it, they're gonna find its limits, and they're gonna delay the launch date of the Titan Z. And I think that they're gonna quite honestly try and edge out every little bit that they can. They're already going to be binning the processor or the GPUs for the Titan Z. They have to.
There's one thing that we know is not going to happen, and that is there is no way they're going to be able to make up the price performance gap. There's no way.
There's no way.
There's no. It would be physically impossible for the Titan Z to best the R95X2 in a way that would justify twice the cost. There's no way. So the only two things are going to happen here.
They're going to cut the price by $1,000.
Yep. Or they're going to find a way to just squeeze a shitload more performance out of that thing to justify the price tag. It's still not going to justify it, but
they're going to plop a third GK110 in there. Oh, boom! Yeah, three-way. Woohoo!
It'll be like, everybody that bought a Titan Z, we're going to send you this new CPU, and you just jam it in that little empty socket on the bottom, and be fine. You're fast. It'll be
It's
good.
all scotch taped onto the bottom.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be the thing is Titan Z it's a boutique card, right? I mean, it's in a league of its own, at least for like 5 minutes until the R95 comes out, but it's in a league of its own. As soon as it's no longer in that league of its own, nobody's going to pay that premium for it. I think this is going to be just a small little period of time.
Eric Steele says his 770 stock running at 1129 with no OSing to them. You can't compare a 770 to a 780. You're talking GK104 versus GK110. It's not the same. So they're core for core, they're nowhere near each other.
Yeah, megahertz don't mean as much as people think they do. Right. It's just like Xeon processors.
Remember,
a lot of people look at a 2.4 gigahertz Xeon processor with like a 16 meg cache.
Remember, guys,
operations.
If you have a GTX 770, you just have a rebranded 680 with 7K with 7,000 megahertz RAM versus 6,000 megahertz that came on a 680 on a slightly redesigned PCB. But the core and everything about the 770 is a 680.
I really don't like the way that they name these cards. It's so misleading.
You just have, and it is. And you would think, okay, a 680.
Because you'd think that's a generational jump, right? Clearly going from a 6 series to 7 series, you would see a generational jump. And just upgrading the frequency on the RAM, that's not a generational jump. It's not.
Yeah. But it's maximizing profits. They've got bins and bins and bins of those GK104s to do something with.
It's just so annoying. It'd be like, it's like okay, so what's a 740 Ti? Oh, it's a 580 GTX.
Well, remember how
capacitor on it. It's like, oh god.
Remember how for the longest time there, Nvidia was like, hey, we have a new stopgap card. So all they did was put a 5 on the end of it. So it was the 480. It was the 475 or the 285.
Yeah, it's
the 265.
It's excellence, right? But in this case, it's competition breeds stupidity.
Yeah. Oh, I'm really hoping that this price war continues. I mean, remember for a while there in the mid 2000s, GPUs were getting too expensive for anyone to afford to have a high end card. I mean, you can buy a 780 now for $499, and God, that's a strong card. You've seen it. Remember, guys, remember the card that I beat Jerry's 2680 for the wins with was not like a DCU2 or a custom PCB. It was a pure reference. It didn't even have the reference metal cooler on it. It had EVGA's cheap plastic blower cooler on it. It was that cheap. So there was no frills about that card at all.
That's the hard thing though, is I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I could go with two 295s. R2s,
which I think is a horrible waste.
And again, you got the 4-way scaling issue. It's going to just kill me. Or I could go with 3, which probably would be as good or faster of 780s, and it would be cheaper. It'd be way cheaper.
Even 3 regular 780s or like 780 Poseidons or something like that. But 3 TIs would still be cheaper than 2.
Well, I mean, honestly, I could go 4-way. I mean, not that you only get about 15% max with the 4th card, but
you'd be dealing with the same
scaling. I could go 4-way and it'd still be cheaper. It'd still be cheaper to go 4.
Yeah. I think quite honestly, if you went something like 3 kingpins or something like that, you'd be good to go. Or even 3 780 classifieds.
Dude, I'm getting burned out on the classified cards. I really am.
Yeah, but if you overclock those things though. I mean, they give you unlocked voltage. You put those on water for once. Now you're talking.
Yeah, I guess I just got that 590 just left such a bad taste in my mouth. Maybe I will though.
No,
Maybe,
but
because I like
the
that I just have
classified
them.
cards, the 780 classifieds
Well,
are
these
single
aren't the
GPU.
hydrocoppers. You're right. These are just the classifieds. Okay.
Hydrocopper just means it comes
Yeah.
with a factory water block. It could still be one
Yeah.
GPU.
Gotcha.
I know, and I never recommend anybody buy the hydrocopper. I mean, if you take out the price of the block, they're charging you like $170 for the block, and
Their block's not that good either. It
it's just a
honestly
rebrand
isn't.
SwiftTech.
Yeah, and I don't know what they use for their thermal compound or what, but I wasn't able to keep my temperatures down at all on my 590 hydrocopper, and I was running a huge pump and a massive volume of fluid, and it
Yeah.
would still just like heat
Well,
it
that's
up.
because
Like
the 500 series was horrible. Even my 580 on water got up to 60 degrees.
yeah, let's see what is it? The R90 290X is $700 in Canada.
It makes sense. I
So
mean,
that's so they literally put two times the card and two times the money. I mean, they just kept the math that simple.
yeah.
That's good. I mean, hell, that's
I like how math is simple because math is absolute. It does not
What-
change. It is not subjective,
You
and it
didn't
doesn't
like
have
you
an
didn't like
opinion.
Nvidia's algorithm that's like, yeah, two times the processing power, four times the cost.
You're paying for the convenience of a small package.
Yeah.
You're paying for your small package, Jerry.
Oh, dude, don't I know? I'm paying for it every day of my life, Jay. Every day of my life.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, quite honestly, my advice to you speaking to a guy who has a $10,000 computer he built 2 years ago that still doesn't have water cooled GPUs in it, would be to get 3 780 classifieds, water cool them, and be done with it.
Just be done with it. Just keep my 3930K and everything as is.
You know why I want you to do that? Because the moment you do, we'll get the full Maxwell release, and then I can get my sample, and I'll have the new.
I got you. I got you. So maybe I'll just have to take Fox Mamba's advice over and chat and wait for the 8 series cards to drop.
Realistically, my best estimate on when they'll be out is June.
I mean, I think I can wait. I mean, I think I can. I've still
You
got
don't
plenty
have
enough
to.
graphics performance for everything that's going on right now. It's just I got the
Yeah.
itch. I want something new. I just
You don't
want
have to upgrade now. You're getting the itch now because you can tell something new is coming, but you want to impulse buy now. And the moment you do, it's gonna be like you wash your car and it rains, man.
Oh, dude, it's just I got all that government Skrilla coming my way, and I just want to give it all to Newegg. I just want to be like, here, Newegg, take all my
No,
government
you
money.
want to use my Amazon code. That's what you want to do.
Dude, I gotta pay tax on Amazon. I ain't using your Amazon
How do
code.
you get Newegg with no tax?
Because they're in California. I don't pay tax to Newegg. You know, how
Oh,
you
they-
pay tax to Newegg. I pay tax for Amazon because they're next to me.
Yeah, the Amazon warehouse, I can actually see it sometimes when I'm driving to work because it's like they built a new like 1.5 million square foot distribution center right here.
Oh shit! So that means you have to pay taxes now on Amazon, don't you? Mm-hmm. Because there's a warehouse next to you. Yeah. See, that same thing happened. I have a friend who lives in Idaho, and he buys stuff from Amazon all the time. And he's like, "I love Amazon because I don't have to pay taxes." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, he doesn't because he doesn't have to pay any state taxes on it because they don't have a distribution center there yet."
Let me tell you the freaky part about buying something from Amazon if it ships locally. Typically, I get stuff from Las Vegas because this distribution center out here is still like stocking up on the amount of Prime inventory they carry. But
Yeah.
Las Vegas distribution center is like their biggest one. If something comes from local here, it's funny because I'll be tracking it and it's like it's shipping, and they're like guaranteed ship same day if you do Prime, if you're Prime member and stuff.
Yeah, the
So-
Prime's cool. I like the Prime.
Yeah, so I'm tracking it, and it's like shipping status. I'm like, what the hell? 10 o'clock at night, status shipping. What is going on? The next morning, 8 a.m., status shipping. I'm like, okay, I'm about to get on the phone, and it's all status shipped. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. An hour later, status out for delivery. Wait, what? An hour
No, I
later,
thought-
delivered because they use a local courier.
Yeah, no, I did some Black Friday shopping this year on Amazon, and I remember I was up. It was about 11 p.m. and I ordered something from Amazon, and no shit, it was delivered 11 a.m. the next day. Like literally, they put it on the truck as soon as I did the order, and it went out that morning from the UPS shipping hub in Seattle and came straight to my house.
Yeah, but
I was
when
like,
I'm
that's badass.
yeah, but you said next day. What I'm saying is it goes from shipping to shipped to out for delivery within 3 hours of each other.
That's insane.
Because
Okay,
the
that's
distribution
Yeah.
center, I'm not kidding, is 4 miles from here. 4 miles, straight down the freeway, 3 exits, there it is. And they use a local courier. So they will literally stick all that stuff aside that's within a certain range, give it to that courier, and it's same day delivery.
That's badass. See, if I had that, that would be pretty slick.
It's
That'd be neat
happened to
be
me.
able just-
Because remember, most of my camera rig I bought through Amazon, and like half of it
That's
came
true.
from that local distribution center.
God, that would be awesome. I would love to have a service where I could just get online and just order absolutely anything, and it would just be here in hours. That would be cool. It'd be like Amazon
Yeah.
Fresh, but for nerds.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing they need now is a will call for me, and I'd be happy.
Hey, call me Puff. I just made your day. I
Hey
was feeling
Jerry, call
generous.
me out to make my day. Oh, I thought you meant like call him out, like what's up? What's up?
Yeah,
Huh?
what's up? What's up? Call me Puff. What's up, huh? What's up?
Oh
Hey
man.
Jay, you think you can entertain the troops for like 10 seconds while I go take a piss because I'm literally gonna pee all over myself right
It's
now.
actually time to call it. I mean, we're
Is it?
trying.
Where we at?
Yeah, we're actually 10 minutes over. Remember, we're trying to
Oh,
keep it
we
at
are.
about an hour show now.
Yeah, we're trying
My
to keep an hour.
my friend was skyping me right now. He was like, I was like, oh yeah, we'll be done with the show in a couple minutes. He's like, wait, really? It feels like you just started. He says he's used to PKA, which is like 4 hours.
Yeah, the
So
four hour thing. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Not sure about
you know what
that.
they say, Jerry? Leave them wanting more.
Leave them wanting more.
All
Yeah.
right, guys. Well, hey, make sure you guys go check out Jerry's stuff. He plans on uploading a video sometime this century.
Yeah, tonight.
And
Actually, tonight I'm gonna try to get a video to you guys tonight. I'm finally over this pneumonia enough that I feel like I can maybe move my bones a little and get you guys something interesting.
right, I'll shout out the Kamerican, the Core American. He's a Korean American. He's awesome. So, anyway, the Core American. So, guys, we're gonna get on out of here. Make sure you check out Project Red Mist on my channel. It's actually turning out to be a lot more popular than I thought it was. I thought people were gonna be like, "Oh, you chose shitty parts, blah blah blah," but there's been very, very, very few of that. So. Yep, part 2 went up today where I did the water blocks, and next you guys are going to start seeing the loop come together.
Oh,
So,
hey, we got to take one more really quick question. Hunter said, "Hey, favorite car and opinion on Cavari. My favorite car is the Nissan GTR. My opinion on Cavari is it tastes like deep fried squid." All right,
no, that's not. Okay. Kaveri, actually, AMD emailed me this morning. I have a Kaveri setup on the way to me.
of course you do.
And
Fucking
it's
sell
funny too because they saw the video and I said I couldn't do dual graphics and they were like, oh well, hey, if we send you a Kaveri setup and a motherboard and processor, do you want to do a Kaveri dual graphics video? I was like, well, I sent off the 250, the R7 250, and they're like, that's okay, we'll send you another one. I was like, oh,
I
okay,
hate you, Jay.
okay, whatever, fine.
I need
So
I need to start selling out more. I feel like it's that time. I've reached
I've
that
not
time, guys. I'm
sold out.
selling out.
I've not sold out to AMD. I even told people I like my 780 more.
Guys, I'm selling just from this point out. Jay's not selling. I'm selling out, guys. I'm doing it. So if you're watching the stream and you own a multi-million-dollar company, contact me, and I will do anything that you want
He'll even do a shout out for gummy bears.
I will. Well, I like gummy bears actually. If you're watching this and you make gummy bears, yeah, I'm your man.
All right. So yeah, guys, check out Project Red Mist. I will be doing some Kaveri. As for a favorite car, man, I don't know. I honestly don't know. If I had any pick of any car in the world, I honestly don't know what I would go
Dude,
with.
you're 8 foot tall. You only fit in SUVs. What is it like? Expedition?
You know, I would not mind some of like the Durango SRTs and stuff. I just like more, I don't know, more regular cars. I'm the kind of guy that's like, I don't want that Lambo. I want that '67 Cougar. You know what I mean? That's the way I am.
You like a 67-year-old Cougar, do you? Oh,
I was
yeah,
wondering if you
Jay.
were going to get that or not.
All
No, no.
right, guys.
Yeah, Jennifer and I were walking down the outdoor mall the other day, and I was like, "Dude, check out that Cougar. That is sweet." My wife's all, "Where is she?" No,
Oh, that's funny. And
there
you're actually, like,
was an
looking
old
at the car?
Cougar there.
That's hilarious.
I was like, "That's a hot Cougar," and I'm talking about the car. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and roll that outro. As always, thanks for coming. Next week, definitely no show. The week after, I'll be in Chicago. Depends on the internet connection. I'll let you guys know that Monday. So, guys, go and sub Barnacles, and if you follow Barnacles here, I'd appreciate it if you hit that button. See ya.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Take it easy.